I'm going to introduce you to Ajita Shah, who is an incredible, incredible woman, and I'm super excited. I actually saw her give a workshop about a month ago, and it was about awakening your intuition, which I was just so impressed with. Like, I was blown away. And so that was super cool. And of course, we don't necessarily use our intuition all that often. And I really, I just love this lady. She's amazing. So she's a holistic psychologist, a spiritual teacher, and the founder of OmniSource. We're going to find out a little bit more about what that is. And she's a master energy healer, a consciousness mentor, which I'm going to have to ask her about that as well. And she has worked with clients across the globe, and she blends ancient wisdom with practical tools to help them heal trauma, embody wealth consciousness, and live their highest potential. How you got started, because I was telling everybody that you are a spiritual teacher, you're incredibly intuitive, the founder of OmniSource, all of these things. You're a master energy healer. So how did this start?
Well, it depends on how far back you want to go, because I think the first inkling I ever had, though I didn't know what it was, but looking back, was when I was 4. I had an adventurous encounter with a being. And I also sort of, on my 4th birthday, I asked my parents for a magic wand so I could, kind of heal everybody. That was my intention. And over the years, I figured that I had some ability to work with energy. If my parents' friends would talk amongst themselves issues that they were experiencing, and I would really feel bad for them. And I'm not sure what I did, but then they would come back and say they were feeling better. And I didn't realize for the longest time that perhaps I was instrumental in some way. And then as I, in my teenage years, I became a little bit more intentional with that. And, and eventually, it was a bit of a long story, but I bumped into somebody. I consider him, in a manner of speaking, a mentor of mine, an Israeli healer. And he basically was just like, what are you wasting your time about? And, why aren't you doing what you're here to do? You're a healer. And then I just took a lot of the things that I was doing and kind of gave it some structure. And also, I went to study psychology in university. I did a master's, and then when I started, I came with, full gusto, as all of us do when I opened my practice. And I suddenly realized very early on in my practice that just working with the mind was not enough. There was a bit of a missing piece. And that's where the whole OmniSource, there was a lot of internal work, and there's, the answer would be very long for our life here. I closed my practice, and then, I sort of really went inside and developed this OmniSource practice. And then I came back into the working world as a spiritual healer and a teacher. And it's been a long time ago. Actually.
Yes, well, if you started at 4, yes, I mean, that was obviously just like,
I'm still only 23, right?
That's right.
So listen.
That's right. In our minds, we are 23. It's so true.
Absolutely.
How do people work with you then? How do you work with them one-on-one? Are these group sessions?
So the best part of my work, or the most effective, is the one-on-one. Most of the people that come to me are through referrals, because somebody's had a really good experience. And I have 2 components to my work. I do spiritual counseling, where, we really take the lifestyle of a person and their mindset and work on that. And then the other section of the session is really me doing very deep core healing for them. And that just kind of really shifts them. I do group work, and teaching is now becoming also a really big part of, because you can't heal everybody and everybody doesn't want to be healed. But, having these principles in their back pocket and sort of living through them in their daily lives is very, very helpful and beneficial.
And so in terms of the modalities that you use when you're working with someone one-on-one, what are we in for, Ajita? What do we expect?
Well, really, it's a very quiet process. So the modality is called Omnisource. It's not something I have learned. So it is really, the way I put it, as memories from all of my past lives when I have done this work, and I've had memories of that. In terms of what you could expect, there's a lot of talking in the counseling part, and there are a lot of takeaways for you to go back into your everyday life and practice them. From the spiritual healing perspective, it's a very quiet process. You are just there. It's literally like this. We would be on a video call for every session, and I'm quiet. I'm doing my cleaning. I might move my hands about a little bit. And you just receive, and you just begin to see the benefits. May I share something that happened just last night?
Please.
So
I'm always up for a little woo woo. I'm sure there's going to be a cool woo woo story.
So I have a new client, and she just started with me, and I've done 2 sessions with her, and she was referred by a great client of mine, and they work together. So first session was fine. Second session last week, Thursday or Friday, and I just said, I would really like to do some healing for your husband. And it's not something I have ever done. Like, in the sense, I've just brought in somebody so early on. But anyway, I did a full healing for him in that session. And so yesterday when I met her I hold a Tuesday awakening and healing circle every Tuesday.
Amazing.
And so she just shared that on Sunday her husband had an accident. And in the past he's had 2 other accidents and he's been very badly hurt. And on Sunday his car was completely totaled, but he walked away without a scratch. And I was just thinking that, intuitively, that may be coming for her and for her family. And, cars and all can be replaced, but when human beings are hurt, then it's always much harder. So I was very happy to hear that.
That's amazing. And so had you done healing or something for him before the accident? No.
Yeah, so I did the healing on Friday.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And this happened on Sunday.
So he walked away from the accident after you had done the healing and probably changed his energy fields and all of those things.
Yeah, cleaned, protected, and all of that. And, when she shared that, I could understand why I was called to do the work through, because she's my client, but if her husband is hurt, her life would be badly disrupted as well, right?
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Wow. And so how does someone know to come to you that they need like a healing session with you?
Well, I have a very broad sort of an invite. The way I say it is, if there is any aspect of your life that is not working the way you would like it to, then you need to heal. Whether it's health, money, relationships, anything at all. Those are the blocks, those are karmic issues, those are many, many things that we are experiencing on an energetic level, but the symptom of it is what I call suffering, because when life is not going our way, we're not happy, right? We kind of suffer.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Anything. And very honestly, Wendy, each one of us needs to heal. That is a very big part of this human journey. We're here to heal. We're here to offload a lot of our baggage, and that's the task.
Baggage? What? I don't know
I know.
that.
I know. Oh, sorry.
No, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. We all got the baggage. So yes.
Yeah,
So you're gonna clear all our baggage for us. This is amazing.
it would be an honor.
Oh my
I strive
goodness.
in
Well,
that.
this is awesome. So, and you're obviously working with men and women.
Yes, and
Would you,
children.
and
The youngest
children.
client
Amazing.
I've had was 6. The oldest client was 82. She was a Holocaust survivor.
Wow. Wow. So what is your hope for those that work with you? Are you do most people have like one session with you and then they're like, I'm good? Or
Uh, I really wish. I really
okay.
wish. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Just because we have so much to clear, and the older we are, like, if somebody comes to me, they're 35, they have 35 years of karma that's collected, and I won't go into the whole past life bit. If you're 40 and 50 years old, we've lived here on this planet. You know, the baggage piece, so it takes time to wrap your head around it on a mindset level. It takes some time to clean the energies. So, I invite people to give themselves a minimum 3 months.
Okay.
Most people may want to continue, but in 3 months, people see results very quickly, but it doesn't mean that everything is done. My intention is that they should be in a place where they can run their lives without the suffering.
Yeah.
You turn the issues around for them, and that takes a little bit of time. But 3 months in the big scheme of things is nothing.
It's true. In all of the years that we have lived, like you say, there's all that karma that's in there, all that energy that needs to be released and moved and taken care of. And Ajita, thank you so much for your time today. This has been
My pleasure.
awesome. I'm so excited to chat with you more about this because I'm fascinated by what you do, and I just think you're incredible. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very
right, my
much,
love.
Wendy.